Thank you for joining in. This week's episode is called Watch and Review, and we're going to talk about two shows that we have been indulging in lately. So, starting off, let's go with actually Girlfriends.
Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but Girlfriends was one of my favorite shows that I would watch when I was a, adolescent growing up in this world, coming into womanhood. And I think more than anything watching it now, I just see the difference of how younger Jasmine felt about their friendship group and how older Jasmine felt about their friendship group. I feel like when I was younger, they just looked like the coolest group of friends to me, and like all I seen was friendship. Like I don't think I was even mature enough to notice just the weak points in their friendship as a group. I think when I was younger, it was just more important to me to see that it was a group of girls that were friends, and I admired that. As an adult, I definitely think I watched the show looking at a lot of their flaws just in their friendships in general, and just also being like the same age as they were in the show now. I just watch it totally differently.
Yeah, when the first episode came on and they were talking about Joan being 29, and I'm like, Joan is 29 in this episode. Oh my God, I'm 29. Like, it just really hit different watching it as 29 Bianca than 10, 12, 13, whatever age I wasn't supposed to be watching it, Bianca.
Hold on. You were watching Girlfriends at teenage years?
I don't know. I've always watched like mature TV. Like my favorite show when I was 8 was A Different World. I was in the 3rd grade. That's like I've always just,
I was actually kind of the same. I was watching Girlfriends at that age, but I think mine came from having an older sister who was 6 years older than me. So I kind of watched what she watched because I wanted to be around her.
I didn't have any older siblings. I was just,
You was just grown.
My parents are young. My mom is only 16 years older than me. So a lot of the TV shows she was watching and stuff when I was growing up, like Girlfriend or She Loves Charmed and stuff like that. Those shows weren't necessarily age appropriate for me, but it was something that my mom would just watch and I'll be there watching. And maybe she didn't realize I was really hearing all the stuff that was going on. But I don't think I really heard it anyways, because watching it now was a whole different perspective, like seeing their friendship. And I actually don't see it the flaws. I see like the normalcy of it, because people like to paint friendships with women or in general friendships of just being this peace and sunny thing. But it's like we go through just as much with our girlfriends as we do in our romantic relationships. And it's kind of nice to see them like really being themselves, and it's not being painted in this picture of them all being perfect best friends to each other. But I think as the seasons progress, we'll be able to see them learn and come to understand how they can be better friends to each other, which is super relatable to me.
One thing I will say is that when I watched Girlfriends before, I was never an avid watcher. So it was like if it was on and I caught it, I caught it.
Mhm.
But I guess I did not realize that each of them kind of fell into a stereotype. So like Tony was all about what can the man provide for me. Joan, I just guess I never really realized that she was super involved in her career, but was also kind of like in this weird relationship realm where it was kind of like searching for a partner type of deal. And Lynn, which is probably my spirit twin, just out here really just living life however she sees fit. One thing I will say when I started watching Girlfriends, I guess I didn't catch it before, but I really don't like the way that Maya was like, how they treated Maya in the beginning, because I feel like they definitely, especially Tony, at least her character, it was like, oh, Maya's so ghetto and X, Y, and Z. And like, I was like, honestly, Maya sounds like me, my cousins, my auntie, like, and
I feel like Maya was definitely like the realest. Like when she came into the friendship and she immediately noticed fuck shit, she was like, we don't do that. Like, I don't know what kind of girl code y'all Okay, but we not like that. So I always appreciated Maya and her realness.
I agree.
I think she was definitely the most, just like the normal girl, like the one that like everyone has one in her family, everyone has one in their friendship. I mean, we all have parts of all of them, but I think Maya's definitely that one where you'd be like, yeah, that's me. And I think that's what's so great about her character, especially.
I agree.
Yeah, I love the show, period, because it feels like the four different sides of my personality is coming to life and I can watch them in 3D. Like, I feel like Maya, I relate to her. Like, I feel like I'm a hood girl for real. Like, I'm a street chick. Like, I could definitely relate to her, but I feel like at some point in my life, I was a pick me, which I feel like is Joan, all the way a perfectionist, kind of controlling of her relationships and stuff like that. Judgmental. Definitely, when I was at a lower vibration, I was judgmental. But then there's Tony, where she's like the bad bee of the group, technically. And egocentric, which I feel like there was times when I might have been the egocentric friend. But then there's Maya, which I feel like I relate to the most now, like just being myself, being sexually liberated, and not feeling like I have to choose a career or be in a career just because it's going to bring me financial stability.
I agree. So Shay kind of answered the question, but out of curiosity, Jasmine, Bianca, if there was one girlfriend that you had to choose right now that you most identify with, who would it be?
I would say, aside from the man part about it, like the you need a man with money, I'm definitely the Tony of the friendship. It's what it is. It is what it is. And I think that's another thing. As like an adolescent, I used to be like, I'm Tony in the friend groups, and now I'd be like, oh, Tony. She definitely has some personality traits that I'm not the biggest fan of, but I see me in her a little bit.
I definitely have Joan like qualities. I hate Joan's personality in the show as I watch her as the adult. But I definitely feel like I was definitely the career driven, relationship focused girl. I don't feel like I'm as much like that anymore because like I was just saying, like my whole ideas of like success and all of that, the things that Joan were seeking, they don't look like that for me, but I can see that she was always trying to find like her happiness in within her career and within her goals and trying to attain things. And I feel like I'm one of those people who are always constantly trying to obtain things and like trying to make things like perfect when there's no such thing as perfect.
Shay, if you had to pick just one, who would you pick?
Yeah, I guess I will pick Lynn. We probably gonna pick the same one. Me and Shawnee are high key like personality twins. I feel like.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
definitely, yeah, I would say Lynn as well. Just kind of, I feel like I'm at the space now where I'm just exploring myself and constantly just honestly, literally like blowing with the wind. Wherever the wind takes me, that's where I am, and I'm experiencing that, and we'll see what happens. So if you guys had to pick just one person that you resonate with from Girlfriends, please drop it in the comments below and let us know. Who knows? We may be twins. But the other show that we've been watching recently is kind of on a complete opposite spectrum, in my opinion. It is on Zeus. I think the official name is like Zeus Network. It's called One Mo Chance.
Y'all know y'all used to like flavor. No, what was that called? What was Chance called?
He was on I Love New York.
Yeah.
Flavor of Love.
But
No, I love New York. Yes.
Right, I Love New York. Yeah.
I love like this type of reality TV, like the messy reality TV. I feel like when I was probably in the 10th grade, Flavor of Love came out, and me and my cousin would try and skip church every Sunday because on Sunday mornings the early episode came on. Like that was our first like real taste of reality TV. Like seeing Flavor Flav on there, looking like nothing any woman will be attracted to, and somehow there's 50 women fawning over him in a mansion that he don't live in. Like
That was wild.
To be honest with you, watching Flavor of Love made me realize the concept of like some people just look for fame or like money, because I was like, these women are not here for love.
Yeah.
Flavor Flav, like
Not for homeboy.
No. I think for me it gives that just like nostalgic feel. Like that was like our first taste of reality TV. And I think the good thing about it is like we know they were not attracted to Flavor Flav. Like nobody can tell me that. But I think then it was good that like that was the point of reality TV. Like this isn't real. And I think now, like it's a little more real with like more realistic storylines of people's real lives. But I think it's good to just go back to that kind of like fairy tale, like unrealistic.
I agree. Now, one thing I will say from the beginning of One More Chance, the introduction song to me was trash.
Intro period was trash. Like, forget just the song. Did you see what was going on?
It was all bad. But I do think he performed the song, which I'm like, you know what? Listen, do your thing, boo. Do your thing. And for those of you who don't remember, Chance was actually on I Love New York, which y'all know who Tiffany Pollard is, so I'm not even
Queen of reality TV. Let's give her credit, because had it not been for her, a lot of you other realities, she did the walk so you guys could run.
Give sister flowers while she's here, because if
she still has classic lines and everything.
There would not be any Love and Hip Hop New York or Hollywood or Atlanta or Miami, which I love all 4 franchises personally.
So, for those of you who don't know, Chance was one of the contestants on I Love New York. Ooh, and it's been such a long time. But if I'm not mistaken, did she end up choosing Chance?
Yes, because it ended up him and his brother having a spinoff. His brother, Real, rest in peace, because he did pass away. But then they had a show like Real Chance of Love, and it was both of the brothers on there.
I don't knew he passed away. Like I didn't know that.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
His other brother on this new season.
Yeah.
So the intro alone was crazy for me, and I think this was interesting for me because he actually had other people choose the girls that were on the show. So when the women arrived to the house, that was his first time actually seeing and experiencing the contestants.
Is it? Because I thought he said that he had help. I thought he said he seen the videos of people that were in there. No?
I don't know, because the way he responded when he seen some of them, I was like...
Because he had made the comment like, where's your breast? In the video, you had breasts. He had said that to one of the girls. So I felt like he had seen the video of the cast. Y'all remember that part?
No, so that was the thing. I believe he's seen videos, but his brother, Michael Blackson, and there was one more person. There was one more person. They actually held the the interview.
Audition.
Yeah, okay. The interview. So they were the ones that actually made the ultimate decision. And I believe he just saw like recap videos of.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. So I thought it was really funny. One thing I will say is that I appreciate the diversity and contestants that he have on the show. So
I appreciate the diversity too, but is it really diversity for the show, or is it diversity for entertainment? Like, were they putting people on the show because they wanted a diverse group of people, or they thought putting those people would spark entertainment? on the show.
Go ahead, Shay. I feel like you have something to say too.
So, I have something to say about this because being part of the LGBT community, and I think even somebody who has struggled with like my securities as far as weight is concerned, I honestly feel like that they are transphobic and fatphobic. And they definitely threw in a trans woman and a woman that is plus size just for somebody to laugh at. I think it was highly inappropriate and it was a bad decision on both of those people's part to go on the show in the first place. It's just, I would never allow anybody in my direct community to make a mockery of us. There are trans women every day. Like, I know this is supposed to be a light segment, but there's women being killed every day, especially Black women. And for them to go on this show and basically make a mockery of this woman the entire first episode, I just, even when they went to do names, they decided to call her Mangina, and the entire time just made a mockery of it. And then one of the scenes putting the trans female against the female that was plus size, I just thought, this is not okay.
Yeah. So when I initially started watching it, I thought it was hilarious. But as things continued to progress, and like literally as soon as the woman stepped inside of the house, he started clowning pretty much all of them. And like Shay said, making a mockery of the women. Like he actually called up the transgender woman and was just like, do you have, I think he might have asked her explicitly, like, do you have balls? And I was just like, is that what we're doing right now? Is that how we're handling this? And I didn't like the fact that in one scene they specifically, to Shay's point, they had the plus size woman and the transgender woman, and I feel like they highlighted that scene where they were kind of bickering back and forth with like a, how any reality show they have to choose a bedroom. So everyone was running through the house choosing a bedroom, and those two ended up in the same bedroom, and they were just going at each other. And from that point, like for me, that moment was kind of cringeworthy. And I agree, like I didn't like the fact that Chance named her Mangina and was really just like, are you a woman? Are you X, Y, and Z, yada, yada, yada. And even the plus size woman, he was like, I think he gave her like snacks, meal size. It was like some extremely long name where he was calling her snacks or like meal because of her size. And I just felt like, for me personally, it made me cringe as I was watching it because I'm like, that's so offensive. But of course, for TV purposes, they were like, oh yeah, I love him and we gonna figure it out. And I was just like, this is not this is not where it's at.
And just to double back on what you were saying, like, just to compare on reality shows where it's a majority of white cast, like Bachelorette or something, or even like Love Island, you'll never see the contestants being made a mockery of or just being talked down on. Like the one girl who had recently got her hair shaved down and he was saying she ain't have no waves and all that stuff. Only on TV are Black women going to be made a mockery of so that other people, other races feel comfortable with doing it to us at all times. And that's just something about franchises like this that I just really don't care for, because when are we going to be known for the actual things that we do good in our communities? When are we going to be known for our skills and talents and abilities? Why is it that the only thing that apparently Black women have to offer to reality TV are being messy, being demeaning and disgusting to each other, throwing drinks, or just to make fun of our appearance?
Yeah. Now, one thing I will say, although there were so many moments that made me literally, like I said before, cringe, I do appreciate the fact that the same energy that they were giving toward the Black women or the trans women, they gave to the white women as well. And there was actually a duo of white women that cut the line and kind of came forward. And he literally called them Plastica and I believe Karen. Because and I was like, you know what? I hate everything else, but I mean, at least you're keeping it even across the board, because he straight said, like, I'm calling you Karen because you felt entitled to cut the line, you know what I mean, against all of the other women that were waiting. And he called them plastic because of all the surgery.
Wait, where was that energy with the one girl with the dang on? She had Bach bracelets. She had like Kinky Twist or something, and she was like karate chopping. She was definitely white and full on culture appropriating. A couple of the black girls picked up on it, but Chance didn't say anything about it. He was completely attracted to it, and I just was like, she had her black voice on, which makes me upset to a whole nother level because as black women, when we enter white spaces, we have to turn a certain way to be respected. And it's okay for a white woman to put on this, urban voice and attitude and stuff like that and be accepted. I don't like it.
Agreed.
I agree.
I think also black men set that tone by, if we do something, it's ghetto. But if a white girl does the same thing, they accept it. And, it's all about her being her and being her true self. And it's different how we're just looked at totally different for doing the same exact thing. And not only that, I feel like even when we do things, we still do it with a level of class. And it doesn't even have to have that same level if it's coming from a white woman. And a man, especially a black man, will be more prone to accept it.
I agree. But my thing is like, honestly, from this point forward, I'm honestly just watching this show for entertainment purposes only. Because what they showed me in this first episode is that he, A, is not really here for love. And B, I really don't think these women are here for love either. I think it's all for entertainment purposes. They had a lady on there who had to be over 50, and I'm not shaming anyone that is older looking for love. But like when I say they kept the cast diverse, but to Bianca's point, I do think it was diverse for entertainment purposes only. Yeah. Because even her, I think he was calling her grandma or
grandmama.
Oh my God.
The milk is gone, but the juice still flow.
Yeah.
She said that, so I mean, the juice will still be flowing, baby. You know what? And I ain't gonna be mad at you, Granny. Get
it. Because word on the street is it starting to dry up after a certain age.
I'm done. So if you guys have watched No Chance, please let us know. If you have not, like we said, it is on Zeus Network. Now y'all do gotta sign up. It is a subscription, but
y'all can pay the daily cost or y'all can pay the yearly cost. No, the monthly cost or the yearly cost.
And if you like Bianca, you could be a big boss and boss up and pay half of the cost yourself. Get with a group of friends. Get the subscription, because when I say there is entertaining content on there, there definitely is.
Definitely. And we had talked about that some more, because I'm sure I didn't scroll the Zeus profile, and it's definitely some stuff that we can get into. Okay, we'll talk about it next time.
The Zeus has the shows. If
hey,
you
want quality, no kidding. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I never planned on getting Zeus, y'all, but we got Zeus as a group because entertainment. Honestly, when I was scrolling through the tabs, I was like, "Wow, there's some great content on there." So I can't wait to see the ratchet content with you guys.
I have to be honest. I was very excited when we got Zeus because I'm one of those people who have watched the first 10 minutes of Princess and Ray J's interview, and I'm so excited to watch the rest. And it's stuff like that I don't know why I indulge in, but I do. And I'm very grateful for the group Zeus.
It's okay, Jazz. We all have guilty pleasures that we just indulge in, stuff that we know probably not as, it's not really that good for us, but here we are indulging.
But balance, because better believe on Sunday I'll be listening to a scripture, about healthy marriages. And Monday I will be watching Ray J and Princess.
Like I said, if you guys want to watch One More Chance, it is on Zeus. I don't really know. I can't tell y'all what to expect, because that first episode, baby, it had me. I don't know. Like, first I was laughing, then I was like, ooh. Then I was like, I
need all these feelings.
I promise you, Shay, like, was it just me? I was all over the board. Like, one minute I was offended, then Chance was like, well, we're asking these questions like for the transgender woman. At one point he did say like, I'm asking these things so you can inform us, like enlighten me, tell me, like I don't know. So I was like, okay, like he's trying to learn, but then after that he still kind of made a mockery of it, and I was like,
and then it just was like, for all intents and purposes, all of this, who they chose for the cast, everything had to go through several people. So it was very purposeful what they were doing with the one trans woman and the one plus size woman. So I feel like they knew ultimately what they was getting at with that. And they knew that it was going to spark a lot of interest, because as soon as I even seen the commercial, I said, oh, a trans woman, honey, let me see. And of course, then the community started buzzing, well, would he be open to dating a trans woman? And I feel like maybe if that was the case, then it would have been like a good entertainment. But one thing I will just add on to that is like, as Black women, we understand we're like the token for the questions that need to be answered for white people. So being in the gay community, if you're like the one gay friend, or say if you're the trans girl out of your friends that are biologically women, then people are always looking to you to answer certain questions and stuff like that. And it can be high-key offensive. Like, I don't have to give you research or answers based off of who I am. Get on Google and find out yourself. I'm not about to talk to you about my sex life, and from her standpoint, her transition, what is the body parts that she still has or not. All you need to know is that she considers herself a woman, and that's what we're gonna go with.
absolutely. So that was our take, our watch and review on One More Chance. Again, check it out if you're interested. Let us know if you did watch that first episode. Drop your comments, your feedback in the comments below. Because I mean, although it was so cringeworthy, I just honestly I can't look away now. Now I
can't wait to get back. You just can't wait to get back. That's how they get you. I can't wait to get back.
So that wraps up this week's segment of Watch and Review, and we will see you another time. Bye.
Bye.